Hi guys, welcome to Basement Supercar Build, the channel where we see if an average guy like me can design and build his own mid-engine car. This video will be a highlights video of the work that was finished this week. If you want to see the actual work take place, watch the full-length video for this week. And with that out of the way, let's get started on this week's video.
Okay guys, I wanted to share this with you. This is kind of exciting, at least for me anyway. The frame is completely joined together. Front, the middle, the rear is all one piece. There are a few other little pieces to attach to this main frame, and then obviously there'll be several other components that attach. I wanted to take a minute here and show you exactly what I'm doing. I don't think you can tell from the camera angle, but I am transferring holes and drilling holes and mounting these steel plates. This will be what the suspension attaches to. These large plates are on the outside. Small doubler plates go on the back side of the tube and they clamp on. I have the holes as close to the outside walls of the tubes to clamp against to compress. And you can see there's some little laser etched marks here. These are all locators. Grab a component here. These are all locators for these components, these other steel components. And I will bolt the suspension arms on with a clearance shim, probably 10-15 thousandths, and set all of these up here as one piece so everything aligns perfect. Just using these for reference, and then we'll weld these angles, these steel angles, to these steel plates, and that is what the suspension will attach with. You can see the hardware. I've got a pile of these AN bolts here, which is what's used on aircraft and race cars, and I actually ordered these from an aircraft company, Aircraft Spruce. I have an account with them from doing airplanes in the past, so just comfortable ordering from them. But washers, elastic lock nuts, and I've got to do this in 4 places, both sides of the front, both sides of the rear. Not quite sure how I'm going to transfer the holes to the back side of these tubes. I don't want to just try to eyeball it straight down, because you can get off going through a 2-inch tube and the holes won't line up perfectly. So I may try to get some exact measurements, clamp these in place, and then transfer the holes from the back side. There's a slight risk of misalignment that way also, but I feel more comfortable doing it that way than trying to hold a drill at a perfect 90-degree angle. It's just hard to do. I wish I had some kind of a drill alignment fixture, or I could do this on a drill press. A magnetic base drill would be great. Not sure there's enough steel there to attach it to, but I don't have one either way. I'll have to do it the hard way, transferring the holes, but hopefully we'll be lucky and everything will line up like it's supposed to. But that's it. I'm going to get back to work. Just wanted to show you a close-up of what I was doing here. So I got one of the upper suspension arms mounted. I wanted to show you kind of how it attaches. You can see I cut some holes into the aluminum tubing for separate arm to recess into. The stock Corvette C5 suspension was done the same way. There was a pocket welded into the steel tube, and here I've just cut a pocket for clearance, and everything is bolted on, and it moves freely except the rubbers are stiff. And you can see the back side here of the other side suspension, where I have the doubler plates and everything's bolted securely. I have the bolts just inside of the wall, so I'm compressing these 2 doublers right on the wall thickness, that 3/16 wall thickness of that tube. I believe that'll be strong enough. That is pretty secure. Keeps the entire assembly from trying to shift up and down because it's riding on the inner walls of those tubes. I'm crushing that tube, so it should be plenty strong. Can't imagine that it won't be. Got two washers in here for a spacer. The stock suspension on a Corvette has one thicker washer there, but same principle. So this side is done, except for I've got to clean up the hole I cut. I'll have to file and sand and clean it up a little. It's close, but needs to be just a little bit nicer. So I guess I'm going to flip this over and do the same thing to the other side. Get that upper arm mount completely finished and attached like this, and the lower mounts have to be welded. So I've got to work out exact placement for the parts to be welded on and clamp them or tack them on there somehow, get them ready to weld. I guess that's it. Let's get back to work.